For this project, I'm going to make a trip to Spain and go to 4 cities on the map. More specifically, I'm trying to get from a city in the lower left-hand side to a city in the upper right-hand side. Afterwards, we head off to the next city, and when we do, we find the vector of the last city to this new city. The way that I'm going to do that is by using vectors and finding the distance of 3 cities and adding the component forms to get the final vector of the final city. The first vector that I'm going to do is the point -2, -2, which is the city of Seville as my initial point, and 4-2, which is the city of Barcelona as my terminal point. The way I got the vector was by going 6 units positive alongside the horizontal component and going 4 units positive up the vertical component. Another detail is that point A is Seville and Barcelona is point B. Now that we have the vector of 6 and 4, I want to also add that this is the component form of the vector. This is also the magnitude between the vectors. 6 goes along the x-axis, which is also called the horizontal component. The same goes for the number 4, which goes along the y-axis and is called the vertical component. This goes for every component form of the vector. The next vector is from Seville, point B, which is now our initial point, to Pompeiana, which is our new terminal point, which is point C. Scratch that. What I meant to say is that the next vector is from Barcelona, which is the coordinates 4, 4, and 2, which is our new initial point, which is point B, to Pompeiana, which is our new terminal point. The coordinate for Pompeiana is 1 and 3. How I got the vector is by going -3 units along the horizontal component and going -1 unit, going +1 unit along the vertical component. -3 and +1 is our new component form of the vector, which is from point for B to C. The next vector as well as stop in the trip is from Pamplona, point C, which is the new initial point, to Valladolid, which is the new terminal point, point D. The coordinates of Pamplona are 1 and 3, and the coordinates of Valladolid are -1 and 2. To get the vector of this, I had to go -2 units along the horizontal component and -1 unit along the vertical component. -2 and -1 is our new component form of the vector. Now that we have all 3 of the vectors from the trip, we need to add all 3 vectors to get the last vector and destination. Once we add 6 and 4, -3 and 1, and -2 and -1, the final component form of the vector would be 1 and -4.